Oh, that was a long bus ride, but we have made it to Brazil. Oh, what a journey it was. Look at this place. A lot warmer climate down here too. The language there is a little different than we're used to. We're gonna try to make things happen here. Brand new start. We don't own anything, but we do have our 1.183732 that we brought from our Sri Lanka playthrough. We are here. So the first thing we need to do, we do need to buy some farmland. Oh, look at that monument out there. It's like a great big roundabout here. Quite interesting. We need to get a truck first to figure out what we're gonna drive around. It would be nice to have something that would be a good utility. I'm kind of leaning towards this Mercedes. I think this would be pretty appropriate. Because I think we're going to need something that we can do transport pallets with. Because we're going to build our house from scratch. So we'll go with the agriculture platform. I see engine. We can have the lowest because we don't really need 180 horsepower. We could, this has some 3-points, I believe. Back 3-point hitch. Yeah, you can put it on. It's another 5,000. So we could, maybe I'll hold off on that because it'll probably be easier to load without it. We can always configure it. If this is like short, we could actually maybe use this for some of the work. But again, we're not desperate for money at all. So let's see, sidewalls. Yeah, we can turn them off so we can fit more pallets. Let's leave them off. And then I think the color, should we do something different? I want something, yellow don't look too bad. We're in Brazil, so it feels like that looks pretty good too. I think I'm gonna go with that one. It just feels appropriate for like a South American map. There is more than one beacon light, so we can put it on the driver's side or the passenger side, or both. Let's do both. And then tires. We need some good aggressive tires on these roads. They all look pretty good, actually. I might go with BKT. Okay, I think we got ourselves a truck. Excellent, so it's 80 grand. Not a problem, because we can afford it. We're still above $1 million, look at that. Let's get into our truck here, take a quick look at it from the outside. Very exciting. From rags to riches, even though we are rich already, but you know what I mean. We're starting off on the ground floor here. Let's check it out. I haven't used the Mercedes Benz pack a whole lot, so it's kind of the first time I'm doing this. That seat is interesting, it's a double. That's kind of cool. Turn on our lights here. Okay, so we have two. Is there anything special that this can do real quick? Don't look like it. Horn. We gotta figure out where we're gonna set up shop at. I really do like the palm trees. We can put some of those up around our area wherever we decide. Ooh, look at that crack on the road. Just as you would suspect in a southern map. Good detail there. Let's do a little fly around, shall we? There's so much here to explore. It's a very nice map. Lots of good productions. We'll try to... I kind of want to start maybe going more production focused on this playthrough, but we'll have to see how it goes. There's also like a bridge that can be repaired. We could decide to do that if we wanted to. This is actually the original starting farm on the map, but we're gonna go elsewhere. Let's see, that one might be... Oh no, you can just drive across those logs, I guess. Yeah, the ridge repair is down here. We could maybe do that as a project too. See how crazy we get? I mean, there's not much over here. What is this? A trash area? There's not really a whole lot of reason to do it. Unless we wanted to set up shop over here, but This area here probably wouldn't be too bad. But again, both of these bridges need to be repaired before you can really get over there. I mean, we could throw the money into it and do it. We do have the capital for sure. Biogas plant here. Another big industry down here. I was looking on the mod hub. There is a... That's interesting. There is a oil like production mod. That might be kind of cool to do down here for a southern map. Mining here. This is kind of a nice little spot here. It's by the road. It all kind of depends on what kind of direction you want to go for crops. I kind of want to do different things we haven't done a whole lot. I think these fields are like nice and small. This might be actually a nice area where you just buy these little fields at a time and just do what we need to do. I'm almost thinking this corner right here would be really cool to have. And like I said, I want to do a constructible. And these are the farmhouses. This one would be actually pretty excellent. Could maybe set it up over in the corner here and then start building up like that. I think we might do that. I think we should. Let's drive down here. And then we'll take a look at the price of all that. It's a nice little small area, like I said, to get started. Yeah, I do think this Mercedes-Benz is going to work out well for this playthrough. Gotta go around the roundabout the correct way. Wow, so exciting to start fresh. We'll just have to see how this goes. Again, we do, like, with the capital, we can get decent equipment right away. And again, it depends on how crazy... I guess we can go both ways, that way or this way. Depends on how crazy we want to go for productions and what kind of crops we want to do. Yeah, I'm coming in here. Oops, speed bump. Turn our blinker on here and slide right on in. Here we are. So, let's take a look here. Yeah, so this could literally be our future. And I don't think... This is actually not a bad spot. But how much does this cost? So it is 53,000. Let's go ahead. It actually goes right out to the road so we can terraform a little bit. Put some trees in. Let's buy that. 53,000. It is ours. We own our first piece of property down in Brazil. Again, they do have some oats here. We're definitely not going to worry about harvesting that. Our priorities are on getting our house built so we can take a nap tonight. I'll turn the time up just a little bit here. Let's go to 3. We will go with the constructible. Like I said, I haven't done this yet in this game, the constructible farmhouses. So it'll be fun to get that. Let's see, where's the best spot for it? Would be better to have down here and then have our park yard here. Depends on what else we want to put in here. Maybe we want to start with some greenhouses or something. Or would it be cool to have it in the center? Let's say we would want the sleep trigger in the front, because that's what we're going to be using most of the time. Although, maybe we should go on the side so we can... I guess from the wardrobe we'd usually get from the menu. This would be alright. Yeah, I was just trying to figure out how we want our entrance to be. I think we're gonna go center. Let's go ahead and level this out a little bit. We'll do some more landscaping after we get our house built. Let's go like this, I think. Alright. There we go. Like I said, I've never done the constructibles, so we gotta figure out what we gotta bring up here. Hopefully it turns out good. So we need some wood beams, planks, long planks and planks. So the usual 1,000 of each. So that's about a pallet. I don't know how many steps there are. I imagine it doesn't take too long. Let's get ourselves a temporary road in. So we can get up here. Do some red dirt. Make it blend in. Just for now. And we'll get down to the warehouse and get some pallets. I don't know if they have a forklift down there. I hope they do. So to get to the warehouse, okay, we are here. We're gonna have to come down, go through the roundabout again, and it'll be right here on this side. Lizard warehouse. Shouldn't be able to miss it. It's right after the gas station. Should be pretty easy. And it looks like traffic's hung up. So we are gonna have to assert our dominance as a truck and get through this mess. I don't know if it's the cones screwing them up. Let's try to help them out and knock one over. It worked. Look at that. I saved the day, except I blocked another one. I wonder if I can delete those cones. Let's take a look at the map as we drive through. Keep our eyes wide open. Ooh. Off to a fantastic start there, our first accident. Gotta get our surroundings down so we know what's going on. There's the gas station. It's like a food stand there. Farmer's stand. There we are, Lizard Logistics. So we gotta get in back here, I think. Hard at work here. They do have some forklifts, but they look a little old to be using. Let's see here. Where is the trigger? We might have to turn the triggers on so we know where they're at before we... till we get used to everything. Okay. Alright, so they should spawn there. Or it's a dump area. Spawning area is right here. Where do we actually get the trigger? In front? Right here. Alright, so we need... yeah, one... that's 1,000 liters, right? It's gotta be. One pallet of planks. One pallet of long planks. That one might be tricky to get on the truck. And then we also need a pallet of wood beams. 1,000. That was quite costly. So yeah, we don't have any way to pick these up. Even though they got all these forklifts. I don't think they want us to use them, unfortunately. No, they do not. So I think there was one down the road we could probably borrow. Yeah, there's one over here in the city. At this other store. This they get Agro Farm Products. What's in here? So they got liquid fertilizer, lime, solid fertilizer, silage additive, seeds, concentrated herbicide, concentrated fertilizer, and that's it. Interesting. A separate store for the other products. I kind of like that. We're going to borrow the forklift. We'll take it down to the other area. I'm sure it'll be alright. Look at this area here, the kind of a playground church area. Don't mind us. I'm sure they're used to all this kind of stuff down here. Just take up the whole road. I hope we can get across the main road without issue. I hope it's not a divided highway. Don't stop, we might get stuck. Pedal to the metal. Oh, the road goes way over there. So it opens up there. Yeah, we can sneak across there, I guess. We just gotta go down farther. Oh, is that a... That must be the milk plant there. I don't know if we'll get any livestock on this playthrough. Let's see how we go. Sure, this is 100% legal. Gas, food, and maintenance. Oh, there must be that gas station we saw up there. It's a nice little warehouse, though. I really like that. Gotta look at that sign when we get over there. What does that say? I will sneak over. Coast is clear. It says... I suppose we can't really read it anyway. You have to get a translator. Okay, so I believe I should have drove on the other side. Because our... Well, I guess our spawn area is in back. I don't know how we're going to get the wood beams on the... We'll have to make it work. Probably should put that down first. And then we'll stack the other two. There they are. Okay. Oh, they do it tight. I was like, where is everything? They're real tight. That's fine. As long as we got what we ordered. That's all that matters. We should probably do both, I suppose, if we can. It should fit easy. Alright, let's get the truck. Get this loaded up so we can start building our house. I don't know how long it's going to take. Hopefully we can have a place to sleep real soon. Nice thing about having some money, though, we don't have to worry about losing it all. A nice cushion. Losing it all to property maintenance. Okay, let's try that. Hit in the front. Should be alright. Oh! Launched! It didn't like that at all. There we go. I'll push her ahead. Sometimes that happens. Prepares for launch. See if we can get this sneaked out without issue, and then we'll... There we go. Perfect. Yeah, so $1,000 to lay our foundation down, and then these weren't cheap at all, these pallets. There we go. And then we'll stack the small ones up on above there. This should be easy enough. Okay. There we go, we got her. And we'll just leave this here. I don't know how many more trips we're gonna have to make or how crazy this construction will be. I'm thinking it should be alright. Let me shut the... There we go. Okay. Strap her in. And I think we should be ready to rock and roll. The medium. Yeah, it's goofy. So we got to go down a little bit and then cut across. Yeah, that's the wrong way if we do that. What we got to do... Trying to follow the rules here. We got to do it down here. We can't go the wrong direction on a one-way. Let me wait. Alright. Giver. This truck doesn't seem too bad. It's a little slow at starting, or accelerating, but it picks up really quick right away. I was using another Mercedes-Benz truck in a Highlands fishing playthrough, and it's pretty bad. I guess it was a tractor, now that I think about it. The acceleration is kind of really bad on it. We can take the dirt way back here. We got two ways we can decide to come back into the... I guess, are we going to call it a homestead, or are we going to start calling it a farm? I guess it's a homestead right now. There is tents that were added with the Highlands fishing expansion, so we could put one of those down so we got something to sleep in while we're building. Like I said, I don't know how long it's going to take to build this. It's the first time ever doing it. Right in front, it looks like. So we'll see what happens. We're probably going to need some like brick too, I suppose, at some point. So what do we got here? So it is now running. Thanks. The fact that it looks like it's going to take a lot, because the storage, you could put 7,000 and then the 15,000 for long, like that's a lot. It's going to be a lot of back and forth if it actually... I think it's going to have to use all that. So we may want to put a tent down, because I think it's going to take a little while. I'm trying to think of how else we want to expand things. I'm like so focused on trying to get our house done and our property. Let's take a look at kind of like what we want to do for productions. And kind of what direction we want to go. Some generators. I think we're good for that for now. Like I said, I got these awesome palm trees we're going to put in. There's banana trees there, and then palm trees here. We're going to make it look so nice. I wonder if we should build these sheds from scratch too. That would be kind of interesting. Might take a while. Yeah, we're going to need cement, and then we're going to need walls. It's going to take some time, I think, to build this, and looks like there's some furniture too. We might have bit off a lot more than we could chew. We're going to have to put a tent down for sure. But is there any sheds? There's some sheds here we could do. If we want to spend the time doing that. I do have the apple juice mod. It looks like we'd make grapes out of here too. Or no, that's the input. We need apples and grapes. That's if we want to do grape juice. It might not be a bad idea to do a little grape farming. Yeah, so the apple trees are over in the greenhouse section. We can do 1 or 4, a set of 4. I'm trying to think of how this is going to work if we do this. We kind of a nice little short, you know, production to start out with. Might not be a bad idea to do this. I don't know how crazy it would get. It looks like they kind of just pop out. Like there might not be... It looks like, well, you might have to put manure, fertilizer, and water in. And obviously seeds. And then they pop out. We have the... Look at this. We can make some pumpkins, watermelons, and regular muskmelons. I think we should maybe consider plopping one of these down. The question is, how big do we want to go? I'd like to see some of these other... I wonder if there's a selling location for those. Let's double check. I want to make sure if we did get those that we can sell them somewhere. Pumpkins. It looks like there's plenty of places to sell this stuff. So if we wanted to get a production going so we can do something while we're waiting for our house to be built. We could probably just do this on this plot here with our house. Let's try. I think we'll try putting one here. And then let's go ahead and clean it up a little bit. I do want to use more of the mud. Try some flagstone maybe. There we go. It might almost look a little too nice. We'll take some time and get rid of the oats here. Clean it up a little bit. Okay, yeah, it's a little easier to visualize. You get rid of some of that oats there. Yeah, the brick might be too nice. We'll see. We do have the capital, I mean. I just don't want it to look too nice around here, but we need to set up a temporary sleeping quarters. But like I said, I believe there is a tent we can pitch. There it is, look at that. We'll just camp out until our house gets built. We'll just set it here for now. And I think we can, yeah, use the facilities. It works. It ain't much, but it's something. How does things look here? So 7. Shouldn't take too much longer. What do we need to get started on our greenhouse? Because I think we got some inputs we got to look at. So actually it's just water. So we're going to need like a water tower put up for this. We could actually buy stuff from the construction farm building materials store here too. Let's look over there once. So what do we have here? It's kind of more like a bulk area. Where is the... in front? Yeah, in the store? What do we have here? So we got cement bags, brick, roof, rope, pallets. I see a lot of those productions are going to need pallets, so that might be good that we can buy them here. Tools, mining equipment, rebar, concrete, slab, bricks, that's for like working on those bridges and stuff. We can also get the planks over here. Prefab wall, wood beam. Everything we could possibly need. Let's see, what we're gonna do, there is some water towers. We'll put up one of those. Let's just start out with something small. Let's go right there. Barrels, so we could go with the 6500 version. Otherwise, we got these. 17,000 for that. I think we're gonna go with this one. We'll do chrome rims because we have the money. Why not? I think our Mercedes should be able to pull that. There's 2 hitches, or 2 ball hitches on there. Be interesting to see how that hooks up. Let's go get that. And then we'll get that greenhouse filled so we can at least get something started here. It's gonna be a task getting our area the way we want it. We're on a slope too, so it might cause a little bit of issues with some of that. They're blocked again because of that cone. Should help them out here. Once again. We'll push it out of the way. Can we lift it? Yes, we can. Look at that. What a good Samaritan. We get out of the way here. Hopefully they don't try to cross the road with the cone. Saving the day. Should hook up with these. Should be no surprises. Yes. So it actually punches a area out on the trailer. That is interesting. And it hooked in the middle. That's weird that it took like it punched an area out. Huh. I guess we can see it then better. Here we are, coming in. We'll see how this works. It must charge as we fill. Yeah, these bumps here I don't really like. Yeah, it's charging us. We're under a mil now. I knew that money would go quick. And we still have to buy another field if we want to do some other stuff. Okay, so that should dump in there. You can always move things around too if we don't like them. That took a lot. So yeah, 10th. We'll fill it one more time. What do we want to do? It'd be nice to probably do one of each, maybe. Let's do one of each. Let's turn them all on. Why not? Look at how they look in the greenhouse. It's so nice. Never did watermelons before. I guess we should have just backed up. Whoever thought we'd get an operation going before we get our house built? Yeah, our money will go quick. I always thought we would have like, oh, it's a lot of money that we have there, but it's like, it's not really going to take long to spend that. Especially when you're buying new equipment. Alright, we're at 10,000. So it is completely running here. Pumpkins, melons. Looking good. Just a nice little operation. We'll park the water tank. Let's fill it up again too. Yeah, because we are getting, like I said, we're getting charged for that, so the water's not free. I suppose we could go find a water hole somewhere and steal that, but yeah, we'll just park it here, I guess. Good spot for it. Okay. So I think what we're gonna do, let's shut this off. I think we're gonna leave it there for today's episode. We got a great start. We got our tents pitched so we can take a nap. We have our production running. We'll have to, I imagine it's gonna ask for planks and beams again when we get past this first step. I wish it would say how many steps there were. I think on the Highlands Fishing, the new productions over there, the when you're building the windmill and stuff, I think it does say how many steps there is, but this one doesn't. I'm hoping it's a quick thing and doesn't take forever, but I guess it has to take some time, right? So let's leave it there for today's episode, and then we'll continue at this, and we'll have to figure out kind of how else we're going to do things. There's so many options.